Hello guys and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to discuss about Zentangles, and we're going to make some very beautiful patterns of Zentangles. So let's get started. Now this is another meditative technique, Zentangles, and it was invented by Rick Roberts and Maria Thomas in the year 2003. So it's an act of drawing abstract patterns with the constraint of a few basic rules, which is extremely meditative. And when you begin creating a Zentangle, you're encouraged not to have an end goal in mind, rather allow the pattern to reveal itself as you draw. So the Zentangle method helps you to create a feeling of relaxed focus. Unlike doodling, the person creating a Zentangle is given his full undivided attention. So this is something which is more concentrated, and we have these patterns which are like the common ones which I'll be showing you today. And there will be patterns which you will be creating on your own later, so you can go as creative as possible in this. And the idea is again to just enjoy the journey. So as you can see on my screen, I have this drawing sheet A4 size. I've created some 5 centimeter squares. I'm just going to show you the patterns today on this, and then later we can go and make a beautiful artwork with these patterns in mind. So they form a bigger structure. So it's part of a bigger structure, and with that in mind, let's get started with some beautiful patterns that we have. Okay, so circular tangles is very common here. First, I'll be starting over here on the first box, and something related to the circles. So this is how we're gonna make the first pattern. We create a center dot and we revolve a circle around it, right? Try to zoom in more. Okay, so now we just create the border semicircles, or just going in one direction, right? So we made 3 border semicircles. Similarly, we'll do it on this side. We'll create a dot and a circle. It's okay if it's not a perfect circle, you don't need a compass as such. Just enjoy the patterns which are coming, and as per your judgment you make the semicircles, right? I'll make one over here now. Just imagine this semicircle. So if it touches another border circle, there's where you stop, and you just go ahead like this. So I'll make one here, as if it's coming down here. Okay, leaving no empty space as such. So this is one simple pattern which is very easy to make. You can also have alternate semicircles shaded in black. As I said in the previous video, I'm using this Micron pigment liner or fine liner pen, and I use alcohol markers for the fat markers for shading. So this is one of the patterns that we have. Very simple, guys. You don't need any drawing skills as such. You just need to have an open mind, and you will enjoy making these patterns. So this is the first one. Let's move over to the second pattern. And for this, what we can do is we can just divide it in a freehand way in 4 equal parts, right? So first I'll be making another semicircle, but then after creating the border, I shade the inner semicircle, and this is a flower pattern. So I'll be making petals. Yeah, petal 1, 2 and 3 as per the space that you have in your sheet. Okay, similarly I'll be doing it randomly over here. Like this. Even if you go wrong, that's fine. You can just shade it. And we're not done here, we just shade the inner part. So we are going to complement our shading with the drawing, as I said in the earlier video. So here, the space that you see, we will be shading. Yeah. So this space will be all in black. You can use your fat marker in such cases, and it becomes easier to do the shading part with the fat marker, right? So I'll leave the fine liner for now. I'll just shade it with the fat marker, and it's very soothing to do the shading part. So when you finish the shading, you see this very good pattern which is formed. We are not leaving any empty space. So there's drawing and shading complementing each other. Right. You see? I will be doing this in all the 4 directions. And your sheet could be bigger, so you can even make, more than 3 petals. So 1 petal, 2, 3, and I shade the inner portion. I use my fat marker for the outer portion. So these alcohol markers are very good in material. They're a little bit on the expensive side, but if you're doing this, if you're practicing this every day or maybe very often, so you need good set of materials. So as you deserve good materials, I would encourage you to go ahead and buy these and enjoy the process of shading as well. Yeah. Whenever you've had a tiring day, you can just put on your favorite track and you can just relax. For a time well spent, it's a good idea to keep relaxing. Yeah. And don't get nervous or anxious if you feel that you're going wrong or something. There's no wrong or right here. There's just a good way of relaxing. Yeah. So this is the second pattern. It has a little bit of shading as well, and simple, and it looks very good. It looks very neat. So moving on to the third pattern now. Now this is the most famous Zentangle pattern. It's a little tricky, but I'll explain it to you in a very simple way. Step by step we're going to do this. So this is the box where I'm going to do this. It's a little illusion effect that we create with this pattern. We go to the bottom left side corner and we make a line parallel, almost parallel to the below line, but the the starting point will be the bottom left. So I'm not keeping a lot of gap here. Ensure that you don't have a lot of gap in that line, right, between these two lines. Similarly, we're just going to follow our border. So similarly, this is going to be our center point now. We move over here with the scale. It's much easier. You can do it without scale as well if you want. And we went on top now. So we are keeping the outer border as our reference, and we're just creating parallel lines, just going in the similar direction, but not with a huge gap, less gap. And when we come back to the original position, we don't go to the original position. We in fact just go a little on the outer side here. Now this is going to be our border. The inner, we've made a square inside a square, and now this is going to be our reference, the outer border. So another border parallel line this way, one on top. We keep doing this till we reach a center point. Now see how simple this is, and we end it over here. So now we have another square. We have 3 squares now, but they're all moving towards the, we are tilting it towards the right. It's just a parallel line. Now keep this border in your mind and keep moving. You can also go without the scale now and come back here. Okay, then this way, we keep making the square inside. So just keep your reference of this inner square and you keep moving ahead by making more and more squares till you reach a center point. Now I've made a little big gap, as you can see. Make it as small as possible. So mistakes will happen, that's fine. The point is not that mistakes or something is an issue. So here we go. We are reaching the center now. Here we go. And we just shade the inner center. You see how simple that was, and look at the effect, the illusion effect. Right? Simple. Just make a parallel line here, then this way, then come back and end it on another parallel line. So that will be your origin then. And you keep making squares inside squares till you reach a center point. So it's a very famous Zentangle pattern, which you can use in all your designs. And for the last one, we're gonna make crisscross edges. So this is going to be diagonal. So this is how we're gonna make diamonds. First, this stripes will be this way. 1, 2, 3. I have 4, so that's fine. You might be having more than that. So they're all slanting. And now we need diamond shapes inside. So we go this. Now since we went this way, we're gonna go this way. So it's a hatch, crisscross hatch basically. Right? Checks kind of shape, but a little diamondy. And what we're gonna do inside is we're gonna shade some of it. So it's gonna be like a chessboard kind of figure. So take your fat marker now and just shade some of the squares inside. Rectangles which are formed inside, which are diamond shaped. And don't do it on all the diamonds, just some. So you can use alternative places to make this pattern. Okay, I'm making it here. It's up to you, whichever diamond you want to shade. You can keep it random, you can keep it one alternate. Totally how you perceive the pattern as. Even if they overlap each other, that's fine. It still creates a very good pattern. And there it is. Right? This is how mine looks like. So these are the four common Zentangle patterns, and you can now get introduced to these such kind of patterns. You can make your own ones now. Also keep in mind the shading and the drawing needs to complement each other. So have fun with these, go creative, and see you in the next video where we make an artwork out of these. We will create a very good mixture of Zentangle and Doodle, and we'll put a lot of patterns inside. So looking forward on the next video. Thank you guys. Peace out.